Hello, everybody. My name is Rebecca Lee. I am just waiting for some people to come on live tonight with some readings. So just bear with me if you're watching the recording. Right, so my name's Rebecca Lee, and hello, welcome everybody. Glad that you're here. I am offering readings tonight. Hello. I am offering some Unlock Your Love Blocks readings, so just really having a little bit of a touch in and seeing what your blocks to giving and or receiving love might be, what's happening in relationship for you, what's happening with finding love perhaps, and also most importantly, perhaps what's blocking you from loving self. So, and I'm also doing some angel readings tonight. That's my sense. I have felt a strong angelic connection around the last couple of days. So I thought perhaps that some angel readings might be in order. So let's just see what's happening. Hi, everyone. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate it. Sometimes we have some trolls scrolling through, commenting on your comments, asking you to message them for readings. If that happens, just know that's not part of my thing. That's not part of Spiritual Events Directory. We try and monitor that anyway, but just letting you know that can happen and that's not us. So yeah, just letting me know if you want a love blocks reading and if that's for relationship, finding love, self-love, or just a general angel reading, and I'll see what comes up. Anything specific is great. That actually helps. Sorry, I just dropped a card. So bear with me and I'll just have a look through your messages, and I'm just stop wherever I'm guided. So thank you for being here. If you want to check out my page, my website's rebecca-lee.com. So you can check me out there. Hello, everybody. Hi. Okay, great. Loving to see all your comments and what you're looking for. Finding love. Wildcat spirit. I love that. Wildcat spirit. Let me just start with you. I've got to try and find you. Oops. I don't know how I did that. Sorry, this is all very new for me. I had you. Wildcat spirit. Hey, darling. Finding love. I want to start with you and see where we go. I can see your picture when I do this up on the screen. I love your beautiful rainbow shirt, although we have to be careful sometimes with profile pictures. It's not always the person of the profile in the picture. My sense is that's you. So beautiful wild cat. Let's just see what's happening for you in finding love. Yeah. I feel like it's a big step for you, you know, like first and foremost, I'm taking a lot of breaths. I know I'm starting to tune in. You're the first reading for the night, but my sense is it's a big step for you. I also sense a mother or grandmother type of figure in spirit around you, a motherly type energy anyway, a woman who feels very connected to you, offering you a lot of love, a lot of peace. I'm getting the words like peace or peace offering. So that's there. But this is actually a big step for you in finding love. And I'm getting the words that you're ready. So let's just see what love blocks comes up. I'm actually feeling like some pain down my left side of my body. And as soon as I feel that, I just kind of feel like a broken wing. Like, you know, and the left side often can represent, not always, but often can represent the feminine aspects of ourselves. And, you know, it just feels like there's been... it's been a big journey for you in terms of the feminine and connecting with your feminine. So, and perhaps your own feminine feeling hurt and wounded, darling. So a little bit more of healing work I feel there. The card that you've got is love, and it says true love is unconditional. So how perfect what this really means is that you're moving beyond, okay, I want to go take a step back. It's like you're really been learning the difference between conditional love and unconditional love. So many of us have been conditioned growing up that, you know, to be loved, like to be a good boy or a good girl, yes, you've done something right. Like there's conditions when we're offered love, okay, and there's conditions when love is taken away. So I think part of the journey is for you is really understanding that you can be loved in all of you, and all the soupiness, in the messiness, in the perhaps in the shadow and the not so nice parts, or whatever you feel is not perfect, okay? There's this perfectionist part that you've had to work through, and perhaps letting go of pleasing others. So I feel like for you it's going to be a deep, this is why I was taking the deep breaths, like it's really letting go of the conditions. So if you have any conditions to being loved or to loving someone else, you might want to look at what they are, because they could be blocking you from stepping forward. Like your perfect, I don't want to say perfect, your most compatible lover might be someone out there that might not be at the moment falling under the right category for you. There might be certain conditions that you feel need to be met in order to love. So it's not that we don't have standards and that we don't have boundaries and all these sorts of things, but my sense and my feeling is to just have a look at what conditions you have around being loved and around loving others, and just to make sure that they're not blocking you from stepping forward, and also really just checking in if they're yours, if that really comes for you, or is that some kind of learned program and behavior. So I feel like you're anxious or you're nervous because it's close. Okay, so very, very interesting. And I'm getting, it could be like right under your eyes type of thing. So, and it might not be what you were expecting, and it could connect to these conditions type things, but I think you're in for a really beautiful journey, honey. So that's my advice to you. I hope that helps. See what door that opens within your heart, and one step at a time, take it from there. So that's for Wildcat. I hope that helps you, sweetheart. And thank you for being here. Okay, so we've got this party started. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, I just saw your comment, Kat. Beautiful. I'm so glad that resonated. Sometimes it's tricky being the first one out of the first cab off the rank. Okay, so I'm moving to Jordan, and she's asking if things will get better between boyfriend, her, and his mum. Very, very interesting dynamics there. Interesting dynamics. Often there is hidden, I don't want to use the word entanglements, but sometimes entanglements, there's hidden loyalty between sons and mothers, no matter what their relationships are. So often it can be, the mother can often be an invisible presence in the relationship, and often she's there physically involved within the relationship. It's a tough journey, darling, because a lot of this work is not yours to do, although we'll talk about what your piece is in this. And anyway, I can take off captions. Okay, I'll get back to that in a minute. But a lot of this work is going to be with your boyfriend, really. Okay, there's some things that he will need to work through here in order to grow and evolve. You've got the creativity card, and you know, I've been asking what's the solution for you? What can you do in this type of situation? And I'm just really getting that it's about being creative in the solutions. And I'm just getting the feeling to just stand back a little bit, okay? Because as I said, I don't feel like this is something that you can really fully solve here. All right. I think this actually needs to be your boyfriend's. I just feeling this sits in your boyfriend's lap. There's something here between him and her that he needs to solve, and you've just become the focus, right? Or the distraction rather. But there's lots of underlying things going on underneath. So I'm also getting about your own mother and your relationship with your mother. So I would like to perhaps turn your focus, leave them, let that sort it out. Take a step back for a moment, okay? I'd like you to focus on your mum, and I would love to know the relationship between you and your mum, and your relationship with yourself and creativity yourself. Are you following your creative talents and your creative gifts and your creative pursuits? Like, I'd love to know what you're doing with your life, because I feel like this will help you process your emotions and your feelings, and just help ease a lot of the tension that you're feeling. I also feel like you're empathic and that you feel other people's emotions. So I think sometimes when things get really intense for you, or you get overwhelmed emotionally, it's not always yours that you're feeling. I think that you're picking up everybody's that's going on. And I think you're holding a lot. You could be possibly holding on to some of mum's emotions as well. So there's some connection there, okay? There's emotions around mum. Okay, so that definitely needs some healing, I feel, some work. So that would be my sense for you, sweetheart. Taking a step back, focusing on your healing with your mum, okay, and, starting to follow some kind of creative pursuits with yourself. And I feel that you will look at this situation really differently, and not taking on responsibilities that are not yours here between your partner and his mum. If anyone, including yourself, Jordan, has any more questions after tonight, or would like to explore anything that I say tonight, of course, we can only go so far here. I'm just kind of cracking a door, dropping a seed, as much as I can. But if there's anything more that you want to explore, definitely drop me a line. I'll put my email here, and you're welcome to contact me to work on this a little bit more. But that's my sense for you, darling. There's a little bit of work I'd want to do there for you, but this isn't about you. Even if it's being made about you, it's not about you. That is just my sense. Focus on your own line, your own maternal line. Work on your own maternal healing, and things will start getting on the right path for you. And then your partner will have to take care of his own business there. That's my sense, honey. Okay. Oh, your mum's passed over. Okay. Yeah. Look, I have not sort of connecting that way, but I was just getting mum, emotions with mum. So maybe there's some kind of connection we can do there. I just feel like there's some maternal line healing there. And it's also connected with creativity, creative gifts. There's some kind of talent, some kind of gift that wants to be awakened or gifted to you from mum and your maternal line as well. And I just feel also, if you can really feel and connect with mum in spirit and feel her behind you and have a relationship with her in spirit, anything that you need from mother, you're not going to feel disappointed from not getting it of other people's mums, because you've got your mum and she's standing behind you. Okay, so I want you to feel her behind you. I want you to turn around and I want you to say, hey, mum, and just start having some chats to her, okay? I see you with a journal, writing, drawing. I think that she's going to come to you in dreams as well. Very, very creative. There's just a lot of creative energy. I know you got the card, but I can feel it. A lot of different ways that she wants to connect with you, and she wants to feel you full of love, darling, and so you feel loved and supported. So that's all I can really sense and feel right now. I hope that hurts. I just saw your miscarriage. I understand you're hurt. I hope that helps. I know the miscarriage hurts, and I understand that you're hurt. That's what I wanted to say. I understand that you're hurt. I understand that you're hurt from his mum, and in some ways you're hurt from him, and you're hurt from losing the bubba as well. But I really do feel that things want to open up for you. There's just a bit of work that you need to do, and I think it starts by facing mum and looking at mum and doing a little bit of healing there. okay? And I think things are going to get on track. Okay, there's so much I can go into there. There's so much coming through, honey, but I just need to leave it there for now, and just hopefully I hope you can feel that love that's being offered to you. I hope you can just feel that energy filling up your heart, and I hope that you can really just feel your mum coming behind you, okay? And there's lots of women in your line. There's something very, very special about your feminine line, so they really, really want to hold you and support you. So that's for Jordan, darling. I hope that helps. I put my email in there. Reach out if you want to chat some more. Yeah. And I believe that there's definitely hope for this relationship, and but he's got a little bit of work he needs to sort out himself, okay? It's not for you to sort out, and this is part of his growing as a man as well, okay? There's some things he needs to sort out here. It's not about you. Even if it's being made about you, it's not about you, okay? All right, darling, thank you. That was like, woo, lots of stuff there, honey, lots of stuff. All right, where am I heading? Where am I heading? Okay, great. I'm just going for Julia. Love that you started marriage counselling. Very, 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 very amazing, special work. So, Julia, would love a reading. Just started marriage counselling. So any guidance is appreciated. Love and angel if you can. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jordan, you don't have to be sorry about anything, honey. Gosh, no. I find it really hard to sometimes doing these shows because I just go so deep and I want to sit there. And it's like, oh, I've got to try and keep moving them on. Don't you be sorry at all. It's just me still getting used to this format. I've been doing these shows for a little bit, but yeah, it's just hard sometimes. Don't be sorry at all, honey. All right. Okay, so I'm with Julia. Julia. You've got your soul has a long history in mediating and like peace negotiations. So it's no surprise that you are embarking into marriage counselling. I think stepping forward, working with relationship is going to be crucial for the collective, okay, for people, because we're changing. There's a lot of old wounds, not just within ourselves, but from, our parents and our ancestors. And there's a lot of healing to be done between men and women, okay, whether you're in a hetero relationship or not. That in general, there's a lot of healing to happen between men and women. And the work not only helps us come together as people, but also helps bring healing to our inner masculine and feminine energies, because we are made up of masculine type energies and feminine type energies when you look at it from an energy type of perspective. So I think moving forward, working on relationship is crucial, especially over the next 10 years, especially coming up into 2022. It is going to be, it's been a huge theme last year and this year around relationship as far as I'm concerned, and I've been working on self-love and relationship for over a decade, and I believe that it's going to intensify. Like we are really ready to move beyond these karmic soulmate relationships is what I call them, and that's what I've been banging on for over 10 years. As we unlock these blocks inside of us that have us on this sort of merry-go-round, this repeating karmic wheel, okay, where we're constantly like on this hamster wheel, okay, and we come to this point in time where we're ready to where some of us are ready, and if you are, we're ready to move beyond that. We're ready to move out of this kind of karmic soul type pattern. So it's really, really important that we're working on this and moving beyond this, okay? And we have to understand what's blocking us in love, but also within ourselves. part of that journey is unleashing more of our spiritual gifts, operating more with our spiritual senses. Okay, that's why I help a lot of people understand and unlock their spiritual gifts or awaken their spiritual gifts, because it's like coming home. Okay, bringing back in essential parts of who we are. Okay, because we need to fully turn up as this whole extrasensory being that we are. Okay, in life, in relationships, in our work, everything. So it's really, really important to sort of keep doing that really deep work in ourselves, okay, and letting go of some of these old blocks and patterns as well. So yes, and I can see that you have worked in you specialize in negotiating, okay, and I think from your own journey it has been difficult when you're with someone who really doesn't understand the art of negotiation, and when you're working with someone who's so much in fear that they're so stuck and so stubborn, it can be really difficult to really get anywhere with them. So my sense is you're going to, as you evolve, feel a lot into men as well and understand a little bit more of what that fear is. And I feel you're going to be able to understand how to help support them and empower them to move beyond that fear so they can negotiate more in their relationships. Moving forward, men are going to need a lot of support, okay? And there's a lot of women that can really feel into men, okay, and really sense where they are, particularly if you've had a lot of lifetimes as a man and come in this lifetime as a woman. But strong peace negotiator, I wonder if you have ever done mediation type work, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm seeing for you as well. So you might even be a mediator in divorces and things like that. So there's a lot of different interesting pathways here for you, Julie. So I think you're on the right track. Working on yourself, keep working on your blocks, awakening that intuition, and it's really going to guide you. Even if you're not working in the woo-woo field and you step into mainstream counseling, your intuition's really going to guide you. So in terms of what Spirit's saying and what card I've pulled for you, I've got what's your thoughts, okay? Because I think that if you can really send yourself on a really big downward spiral, okay? So it's really important to watch your mindset. The really basic, simple things, the affirmations and all that stuff. It sounds so corny sometimes these days because we've been doing that for so long, but the simple can work. You need to really be mindful of what you're thinking. If you're starting to feel, I'm getting you eating, I don't know if you binge eat or something like that, but if that's starting to happen or you're not eating or there's something going on there, there's something going on in your thought patterns. So my sense is to go there, asking yourself, what's going on here? What's running actually through my head? What am I thinking? Writing it down. And then when you see it on paper, it's like, oh my gosh, that's pretty shitty thoughts to have. We've got to get about changing these. So start there, honey, because I think that you can do amazing things. You will do amazing things. I see you having a very successful career, but you have to just get things right in yourself, okay? And you've got this. And I just see your comment that, yes, you feel like you're heading towards depression. Depression often, there's things that can happen chemically in our brain and these kind of things. From an energetic and soul perspective, sometimes I see that when our soul is in a bit of state of hopelessness, okay, or we feel like we're losing control. So I feel like there could be a little bit of a hopelessness feeling with you, but I think the more that you step on your path and start having some hope, and knowing that you can achieve what you want to achieve and more, because I'm actually seeing it, I think you'll start to feel a little bit better. So I'm also getting not to take some things really personally. People hurt when they're in fear and when they're hurting. Sometimes they mean to, sometimes they don't. It's not a reflection of who you are, darling. Okay, you really have to back yourself and support yourself and love yourself. Okay, and that's up to you. All right, first and foremost, that's up to you. Start there, breathe, one day at a time. That's for Julia. Okay. Just seeing your message, Ada Jar Nutella today. That's what I'm seeing, right? And you're doing this. So just take a breath and just in those moments asking yourself, what the freaking hell am I thinking here? What's going on? And just being really aware of it. Email me if you need. It's in here somewhere, but sending you lots of love. And you've got this. You've got this, honey. Beautiful. Thank you. And all the best with your counseling. Beautiful. I feel like you're going to be doing lots of different things. Lovely. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you for being here. All right, let me just sort of randomly scroll and see where I'm going. Okay, I've been drawn to Clarissa. Clarissa Balden, would love a reading, please. Will the man I'm talking to be moving closer anytime soon? Let's see what's coming up here. And as soon as I start tuning into this situation, I'm getting a lot of pain in my neck. Yeah, it's going to the back of my neck. And sometimes for me, I know that there's a lot of different medical intuitive meanings about a lot of different things in the body out there. Nothing that I can ever recall. But I do know certain things for me personally, what that means when I do readings. And I'm really feeling for you, darling, and I'm not sure if this is his or yours, but there's a real rigidness. There's a stubbornness. I'm getting the word stubbornness. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's you or him, but I'm also feeling like someone's not feeling as supported because I'm getting some lower back pain as well. So again, I'm not sure if this is you or him I'm tuning into. So I'm just going to ask Spirit to help me tune for you. But yeah, someone's not feeling fully supported, and maybe maybe there's something else you need here. I'm just asking what your block is to bringing in and having the relationship that you really deserve and that you're yearning for. And I got the self-acceptance card. Okay, and this really means like, you can see she's really having a good look at herself in the mirror. And when someone gets this card, it usually means that they've been very self-critical of themselves, or they have a lot of grief around their weight or their physical form, or feel really, really flawed, really on the inside. So there could be a little bit more work in self-love for you, darling. I really would love to see you having some more self-care activities, really saying nice things to yourself about yourself when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and just loving yourself a little bit more and knowing how beautiful you are, okay, and how valuable you are, all right? I'm not sure, honey, if this man's going to be moving closer anytime soon. I feel like there's a lot going on there. I feel, a lot, maybe stress or pressure that could be happening there for him. And maybe some things he doesn't fully talk to you about. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that he's hiding anything or anything like that. But I think it's just, be getting to know him even more. I'm getting coping mechanisms. So, look, I'm not sure. Honestly, I can't feel it in the absolute near future. But Spirit's just showing me an image of you, right? Me holding your shoulders and turning you towards a mirror and loving you and looking after you, and a little bit of work there to just help shift your energy. And whether it's with this man or another man, being able to just bring in someone who feels more available I'm not sure that this man is completely 100% available for you. Okay, so again, there just seems to be a lot going on there, and I'm just getting pressure. He could feel pressured into relationship, and maybe that's a pattern of his. He might have some commitment issues, and maybe some of the stresses or the pressures that he's communicating and saying sometimes is a good thing for him, because it helps him not have to fully commit. I think he likes you. I don't doubt that. But yeah, I just feel like there's a little bit more going on here. What you can control and what you can work on is deepening your self-love, okay, and really accepting who you are a little bit more on a little bit more deeper level beyond the physical form, okay, and going really deep into your heart. And I feel like you need to get to know yourself a little bit more. You know, what is it that you do for fun? What lights you up? What are you concerned about? You know, and I'm getting animals as well. I feel like animals helps connect you to your soul. So whether that's getting a pet or helping animals somehow, just feel like that can help open yourself up to a more deeper aspects of yourself. So to answer that question, honey, yes, not sure anytime soon, but I think that just see what unfolds. I'm getting the number 4. So within the 4 weeks, 4 months, I know that's quite a difference, but 4 weeks to 4 months, I think you're going to know by the end of 4 months what's happening here, and if you want to continue pursuing this, or I just feel something else might open up if it doesn't. And that's not set in concrete right now, but let's just see. Okay, so this is for Clarissa. Honey, I hope that helps, and all the best with everything. And again, you need to get loving you on a deeper level. Okay, so thank you for being here, honey. Okay, so let me just move along and see where I'm guided to now. Okay, I'm going to go to another Beck, Rebecca Martin. Hi, Rebecca. I need some guidance for new work role I've just taken on. Okay, great. Congratulations. Beautiful. I love all the hibiscus flowers. Okay, this sounds good. I feel like you are a creative. You're very creative. I feel like you have a lot of ideas. I feel like your mind moves fairly quickly. I think you can get ahead of people and be actually steps ahead of people before they even know what the freaking hell's going on. So you need to be aware of that. Sometimes that you might be misunderstanding some things that are happening. And this is not just with work and you know, what to be mindful at work, but I feel like in all of your relationships, I think sometimes people find it hard to keep up with you, and I'm not sure if you actually realize that. Have a really witty mind, a quick mind, okay? Very, very intelligent, and you're very, very intuitive as well. Comes out in lots of creative ways with creative ideas. If you're a visionary, you see the bigger picture. Yes, so I think sometimes people may pretend that they're on the same level as you and keeping up with you, but on the inside they're panicking and they're like little duck's legs under the water trying to keep up with you. I just had a card fall out for you. Yeah, so interesting. You got the pay attention sign. So maybe you do need to slow down a little bit and just pay attention to those sorts of dynamics that are happening around you, because sometimes people might misunderstand you. Okay, that's just what I'm feeling. So just be aware of that. Sometimes take a breath, slow down, get this mind to just stop for a minute and have a look around and use your feelings. It's like I say to you, use the force, Luke, okay? Because and just sense, check in energetically what's happening around you sometimes, okay? Because I think it's going to be important that you also pay attention to what's going on with the dynamics with the people around you, okay? So I think that whatever it is, I'm not showing what it is, but it's not the point. My point is to give you that insight into how you need to navigate through this next piece, this next chapter. it feels like maybe some kind of project role or something. I'm not sure, like it's a full-time job or anything like that, but it's something that you start and complete somehow. And yeah, just somehow you need to be mindful of the people. Sometimes you're a little bit ahead of where others are at, so just be mindful of that. But yes, you're amazing. I think you're a go-getter. I feel like you're going to do a lot of different things in life, and you'll have I think that you'll have a lot of success. There'll be learnings that you have in there, and I think most of those learnings will be around people and the dynamics with people, where your soul will get a lot of learning this lifetime. But in terms of implementing ideas or strategies, that sort of stuff, I think you're brilliant at it. So I think you're the woman for the job. Okay, you're the woman for the job. So hopefully that gives you some kind of what's the word? I don't know. My brain's gone. I just hope that makes you feel a little bit more secure. Okay, and a little bit more excited, and just breathe, because I feel like sometimes you get a little bit anxious as well. So just be in the moment and breathe, and you've got this. You're very, very capable, very, very capable. So that's for Rebecca Martin, darling. I hope that helps. Okay, thank you for being here. Radio, let's see where we're going. Okay, Michelle and Borgo, let me know what you would like guidance around, honey, and I'll come back to you. New work role, okay. Double the store size and the staff. All right, let's go here. Michelle and Borgo have a new role at work, double the store size and double the staff. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, interesting feelings, Michelle. My right arm's going a little tingly, a little funny. I'm just trying to sense into what that actually means. Really this it's almost like in this pushing and this doing and even this panic, you can kind of just sort of energetically leave your body a little bit, and it's almost like you're physically carrying out the role, but your soul's kind of exited the building. It's really important for you to please, is my sense. So it kind of feels that you're worried that perhaps the way that you have pleased and done your work in the past, that things are different here. You have to take on a new energy and a new way of being here, all right? And I think this is really important for you, because I think that you've put other people's needs and wants at work and your personal life first for a long time. So this is I'm getting this, even though it's doubled, right? This is really about balancing for you. I can feel blocks in your heart chakra. There's some grief there, and I think that's what's going to be healed for you. Like, I can really feel it just they're busting to get out, some kind of loss, some kind of grief that you've had in your heart chakra that's going to come out. And part of that is this balance of your needs and other people's needs, okay? In some kind of way, you've kept yourself busy and looked after others in a way to sort of keep yourself distracted and perhaps a little bit disconnected from some pain in your heart. So, honey, I just feel like in this role, I'm just going to say you're going to shift and change. There's going to be a lot of growth that comes in from this, and it's not because you're going to, work double the speed or be, double the hours or anything like that. That's not what needs to come here. There could be opportunity for you to delegate more, to let go a little bit more. These kinds of learnings are coming for you, okay? And really sort of working on a bigger picture. But it's going to be a little bit tricky for you and a little bit hard for you, but it's going to be good for you. And yeah, there is some healing in your heart, honey, that needs to happen. But I feel I'm getting the number 9, and I feel over the next 9 months there's going to be some big learning for you. But it's almost like by the end of the year, I don't know what it is that you've wanted, something that you've wanted for yourself. I feel like you're going to kind of come to a healing, and something beautiful is going to unfold. So. And maybe that is the house. I'm not sure, but I'm getting number 9, and whatever it is that you've been wanting to happen is all going to sort of come about within the next 9 months. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, take care of you. Working double fast, double hours, even harder is not how you're actually going to do this. All right. It's going to be a completely different energy. It's almost going to be like, oh my God, I don't feel like I'm working as much. It's like, when people say work smarter, not harder, that's a bit of the learning for you. That's what's going to happen. So yeah, very interesting year ahead for you, darling. So just one day, one step at a time. Be kind to yourself. All right. Thank you for being here, Michelle. All the best with that, darling. All the best with that. Beautiful. Okay, Dylan, let's see where we're going to go now. Thank you all for being here. Okay, I'm going to Kim Gratian. Hello, Rebecca. May I please have some guidance from the angels, please? Am I on the right path? I actually pulled this card, but I knew it wasn't for Michelle. Not at that point anyway. I actually feel like this is for you. Self-employment. So I'm not sure what you're up to or if that connects with you, but I actually feel like it is part of your journey. So a big thing for you is to really trust yourself. I think that you're very intuitive, and I actually think you're really claircognizant, which is that you have a clear knowing. And sometimes that can be one of the trickiest spiritual gifts to really understand, because we've been like that most of our lives. Okay, you just know. You can't say how you know, you just know. I feel like that's you, and sometimes we don't recognize how deeply at our core that is that gift. Okay, so Kim, I feel that you do know what you need to do, and you do need to trust yourself more at this point. Okay, I feel like you're very strong. Courageous is the word I want to use. I feel like you're very courageous, and you can go places where other people will fear to tread. Okay, and you just really need to trust yourself, honey. I think you know the path you need to take, and even if you were to veer off sometimes, I just don't feel like there's really any mistakes. Not really for all of us. I think there's always something to be taken out of that anyway. So I think if you can sort of let go of needing to be right or to get it right, and just trust that everything is all just beautiful and juicy and amazing and all part of your journey, because I think that you have the mindset when you want to pull yourself back on track at any time. You have a really strong mind and a courageous heart. You're very claircognizant. It's time to just really embrace that and embrace who you are. I feel like you're a leader, or you're a very you're a person that just knows what needs to happen. Okay, and you could certainly be guiding others, or leading or managing others. So you're very, very strong at that once you accept this part of yourself. So this is for Kim. I hope that helps, Kim. I just want to quickly pull you a Love Blocks card just for self. Yeah, you got the Passion card. So you have all of these gifts, but make sure you're following something that you're really passionate about. Okay, it's really, really important. Okay, and if you are in relationship, you might need to have some spark. Do something adventurous or fun, or if you're looking for love, it's going to be through a little bit of adventure, something off track, something off what you would normally do. So that just popped in as well. You're welcome. Hopefully that helps. So that's for you, Kim. Thank you so much for being here. Right, I just got to check my time. Yeah, we've still got plenty of time. I'm just scrolling. Okay. Okay, I've got Lorraine. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. So Lorraine's saying, hi, Rebecca. Hope you're well. Would welcome any messages for me, please. Work, career. Is there going to be some decent, positive recognition come my way? Okay, darling, let's just see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. Some decent, positive recognition. Yes. I just need to take a little bit more time here. And maybe the reason why I've just been asked to sit back and to breathe and take a little bit of time, maybe that's something that you need to maybe that's the message for you, that sometimes these things do take a little bit of time. I think the most important acknowledgement needs to come from ourselves. Certainly if you're in a job where you're working your ass out and you're not being acknowledged, that is not in a nice place to be, or where if someone else is taking praise for your efforts, that's not a nice place to be either. And there's choices that you need to make there to sort of change or get out of those situations. I really feel everything's energy, okay? And when we feel like we're missing something in our lives, I always just go back to, okay, what do I energetically need to balance here? I always ask myself that question. It's not to always sort of pull ourselves apart or pick ourselves apart, but I just want to know how much you do acknowledge yourself and praise yourself and the things that you say to you about who you are and what you do. Do you set yourself up to be invisible? I just wonder. Because I just get that you, even though sometimes you might be taking a brave move and might feel like you're doing things, you seem to be under a sort of veil of hiding. Okay, you've got the thoughts card, so you need to watch your thoughts about this. Sometimes I think you're reading into things a little bit too much. What people are thinking about you, but they're not actually thinking those things about you. Okay, so I need to say that to you. Sometimes things are not what you feel, and then you start thinking, oh, this person's thinking this and thinking that, and you get shitty or you emanate a certain vibe, and then they start thinking, oh, what's going on with her? Like, what's going on here? So just be mindful of that. You've got the balance card. Interesting, because I've spoken about masculine, feminine energy before. We don't want to be pushing in the masculine all the time. And we don't want to be all in the creative and the ideas and all of that and not actually getting anywhere with them. Okay, so we can be too pushy, just pushing for the sake of it and, sort of not having any intention or depth or purpose, or we can be all ideas, but they're never sort of getting any traction and getting anywhere. So, really always being sure that there's a balance between those two energies is important for you. I feel whoever it is that you're looking for recognition from, I don't feel like you're not respected or not seen, okay? I'm just going back to how I felt when I connected with you at the beginning, and, just a little bit of time. I actually just pulled the New Dawn card, okay? So, and it just says the worst is behind you and positive experiences are on the horizon. So, my sense is just a little bit of patience and a little bit of honoring yourself. Okay, giving yourself a pat on the back. Sometimes we do a lot, and it is nice to be recognized and be seen, and that doesn't always happen when we would like it. But make sure you're recognizing yourself and acknowledging yourself. Just double checking in with those energies and make sure that they're in balance. Okay, and of course, watch your thoughts. Sometimes people aren't really thinking what you think they're thinking. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to whatever the situation is. I'll leave that with you. Could be some interesting insight. Interesting, yes. Okay, I'll leave it with you, darling, and let's see what happens. But I feel like you're a very, very capable woman, and yeah, it's sometimes everything is a juggling act. Even the dynamics with the people around us. So life's a dance, honey. Life's a dance. Alrighty, thank you, sweetie, for being here. Let's just see where I'm going. Okay, Angela, I'm sort of here at the bottom because I know that you guys are here. So let's go for Angela Neal. Darling, I was doing really well. All of a sudden, like overnight, I feel lost. Any guidance? Okay, you're welcome, Lorraine. All right, Angela, let's see what's happening here. Doing really well. I wonder what your definition of doing really well is. Sometimes when we take these deep dives into self, all of a sudden our world just cracks open, and often it's messy, and often it's emotional, and often, everything's stirred up inside of us. Sometimes when we're doing really well, not always, but sometimes when we're doing really, really well, it's because we're sort of gliding along the surface, or perhaps not touching on what we need to touch. And perhaps you needed that for a while. You just needed some peace and some smoothness for a while, and now it's time for you to dig into something a little bit deeper. There's something that wasn't right. There's something that wasn't right that you're ready to look into. I feel like perhaps something might have been said, and it might not have even been directly to you, but something's touched on your heart. Something's touched on your heart. And I feel it's about receiving love or being loved. And I'm feeling this in second chakra, and I'm feeling the back of your second chakra. So this can be the center of our mother wounds as well. Okay, so I'm not sure what that is there for you. I won't go too much into that in this space, of course, but there's something there. Perhaps there's some kind of piece around belonging, or where you belong, or where your tribe is, or how you fit in. Often when we can be really different from our families, we feel a little bit lost, particularly when we look into our ancestries and we go back, and, there's a lot of atrocities behind us. There's a lot of migration. There's a lot of movement behind us. So my sense for you, darling, it's about belonging and where you belong. And this could be in terms of people, or it could be in terms of place, or it could be both. Okay, but this is my sense, and my sense is to start. Maybe I'm getting like some ancestral research. Don't know if you've done anything like that. And perhaps even into the mother line, and what happened about 3 generations ago. What was happening with your family? Where did they have to leave some land? Did they have to move around? Feel like something's there for you to see, and something's there in the family line to be acknowledged. And I feel this will you've been called up, you've been called up to heal this piece in your family. It's pretty special. So that's what I can offer, darling. That's my sense. That's my sense for you, what needs to happen. I'm getting this a lot tonight for people to watch their thoughts. So, I mean, how many times has the thoughts card or this watch your thoughts come up? I think it's come up for everybody tonight. It's really important to just trust that something deeper wants to be found by you, honey. And sometimes we're really connected with ancestry. There's sometimes we get called up where someone that I believe, because I do a lot of healing with the ancestors work, that sometimes there's something in our history, our family history, that needs to be acknowledged and healed. And I feel that's for you. That's what I feel for you. So particularly start mother line, see what was happening 2-3 generations ago. And I just trust that spirit will take care of the rest, honey. And I feel like you will find your peace. Okay, so that was for Angela Neil, darling. I hope that opens something for you. Yes. And I think once that's healed, you'll be able to find your place, okay, and where you belong, with tribe and in terms of land and living, okay? All right, beautiful. Thank you for being here, Angela. All righty, let's see, make sure I've got time. Yes. Let's see where we are going. Okay, darling. I'm got Alicia here, Alicia McGuinness. I'm in need of guidance surrounding a legal case I'm being weighed down with at the moment. Yes, it's very challenging when we have those in our life, and they often can go on for a couple of years as well. So it can really feel like it's holding you back. Hoping for an outcome which is the highest good for myself, family, and work colleagues. I'm really struggling with this situation at the moment. Okay. All right, Alicia, let's see what I'm feeling. I'm feeling pain in my feet. It might be hard to keep your feet on the ground with all of this. I feel like you can get really in your head and actually get really out of your body. It's almost like a really hyper, stressy, panicky energy. I think you can whip yourself up into a state, woman. And you're literally leaving your body. I wonder if you get dizzy or sort of lose your balance, I'd love for you to have bare feet on the ground, and I really need you to breathe into your center and into your body, okay? This has happened for a reason on your path, and there's lots of learning for everybody on all sides of things. Feel like you're a bit of a catalyst energy. You can be one of those like indigo type energies that come along and have the energy and have the courage and have the insight. I want to say to teach these companies a lesson. And on some level we can look at it like that. But I think part of our learning and growing as a collective, it's not just about us physically, personally and individually within ourselves or our relationships or our families, but, the way that corporations and businesses do business and treat their staff is really part of our evolution as well. So much has changed in the workplaces, over the years, for the better, of course. And I just feel like you've got some indigo energy there, and, you might be the one that's always sort of calling people up like, hang on, this is not right, or this is not right, like you kind of have that energy about you. And actually sometimes that can be really, really exhausting. Okay, I feel like your point and is going to be heard, and I feel like what you need to teach these people here is going to be heard and seen. Okay, that's what your soul does. All right, that's what you're born for, sweetie. It's just not easy all the time for you, because it's bloody can be hard work, but this is part of why you came here. So this is going to be a huge learning for you. It's shifting and changing you on the inside. It's strengthening you, I feel like you needed a little bit of that, to be honest. It's bringing about more of your true essence and your true self. So I do feel like what needs to be seen and heard will be, okay? And, I feel like there will be a good outcome. It might not be as much or as, good as like what you would have hoped and what everyone hopes, but it will be good enough, okay? The point will be heard and seen is my sense, okay? For you personally, really need you to breathe more into your center and ground, darling, because it can be really tense, really intense energetically. So I just feel really lightheaded and dizzy for you. Eat really grounding foods. Breathe into your center and put your feet on the earth, okay? And just trust that it's all unfolding one step at a time. I feel like this will be over with within the year. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to be finished anytime soon, but it's getting there. It's getting there very soon. So, you know, really take my hat off to you, sweetheart. You've got the courage of a lion, and I just feel like just keep remembering this is part of your growth and your unfolding, okay, as a soul, and lots of big things in the future from this, to be honest, you know. So it's a very, very integral part of your journey. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that gives you some kind of hope or some kind of insight anyway. Yeah, so thank you all so much. Yes, absolutely agree, Sarah. Catalyst is a great energy. It's not easy. It's not an easy path. Oh my gosh, I know. Sometimes I have had to ask Spirit to just, I need a break. Stop for a minute. I can't be showing the lessons with every company and everyone I deal with. This is just too much. I need a break for a while. You're welcome, Alicia. All right, my darlings. Well, there is actually another lady on, so I am required to hop off at 7:15. Thank you so much for being here. I hope everyone got a little bit of something out of everybody's reading anyway, but I see everyone here and watching, holding a space. So for everybody. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all next week. I'll be back here at the same time on Wednesday. Thank you all so much. See ya.